Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard, part 2 or part 9. I guess it's been 9 days of trial,
it's
right?
9 days, yeah.
9 days. Diablo,
But
bro. Do we know when the verdict will be announced? I know he lost the initial court case in the UK, and that's why they took him off of Harry Potter. That's why they had the.
You mean the settlement?
I don't know what it was.
So like I'm gonna give you a little bit of timeline because this is the thing. So I've been watching the whole court case, right? So I watched today's court case. It was like 8 hours. Yesterday's, Thursdays, Wednesdays. There was not a court case on Friday. So basically, I've watched the whole 6 hour stream of the whole thing. And if you guys are interested on it, all right, if you're extremely interested on it, there are a bunch of like lawyer channels, and they're all going over it and giving their critiques of each side. And this stuff is extremely fascinating. But
yeah,
either way, I just want to give.
That song good right there.
Yeah, you're fine. All right. Either way, I'm just gonna give a little like history because I think people just don't understand what this trial is about. One, this trial is about defamation. For some reason, people think this is about like abuse. That Johnny is suing her for abuse, and the reason I think that because I see a lot in the comment sections people talking about like she already admitted that he abused her. Why is this trial still going on? Is it because she's a woman and she's getting away with it? And I mean, it has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do because it's the defamation trial, right? Those audio leaks doesn't make it look good, but that's not what the case is about. So that's some of the things that's happened. One,
yeah,
he is suing her because she wrote an article, Washington Post article, basically saying that at some point in her life, someone abused her before. She didn't mention her by name. And that's one of the things that the lawyers are trying to bring up, that in that article, he was not mentioned by name. But who else was she married to? It's got obviously Johnny Depp, unless she divorced Johnny, remarried somebody else, and nobody knew about him, and that's what she's talking about. That's not the case. Before it, when they first divorced, they had like a marriage for like 7 months, 8 months, less than a year. She accused him of that, but he settled for $7 million. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about. The settlement happened. So
no. I believe. Well, I'm not sure if it was a settlement, but I know they had a court case. They had something like a court hearing in the UK, and I'm not sure exactly what it was about. But I understand that after he lost that court case, he did lose in the UK. That he was taken off of the Harry Potter films, where he was in 2 of them. What's it called?
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts, yeah. And now he's on the 3rd one.
Yeah, he got recasted and the movie came out.
They have Hannibal Lecter playing that guy now.
Yeah, there's a great actor. Too bad that it's happening. But either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's more of a history. This is where we're at. So that's why he's suing her. He's suing her for defamation. Which
I don't know. Again, I'm not a lawyer. This is entertainment purposes. Don't sue me for anything. I'm pretty sure he could, like, after he sues her for damages, she can, because it's funny how this might work. So I remember do you remember when Kanye and Taylor Swift had a little beef? And Taylor Swift had threatened to sue for defamation. Well, the court case or court hearing or whatever, I remember hearing something about it, and the person was basically saying that, or the lawyer was basically saying that not only can she sue for damages, she could sue for any future damages. So they can kind of estimate how much money, not only did she lose initially, but how much money she might lose in the future because of his statements towards her. And I'm pretty sure Johnny would probably be in the same situation, but I'm not sure. Let's not get too statutory and legal terms, because we're dummies, especially me. So let's look at some clips.
Yeah, here's some clips. So this is the thing. I don't know how much he's suing her for, because I heard it was 100 million. Then I heard it was like 50, then 60. So I keep getting different numbers. So I don't know for how much he's suing her for. So what day do you specifically want to see? You want to see today, yesterday?
I want to see today. I want to see today, because I think that he ended off with a banger, and I want the banger to be at the end of our video as well. The last thing we see.
This is the thing. I'll be honest with you. I watched the whole thing. They're right now at a cross analysis. It's not the cross analysis, I believe it's called. Essentially, this is where Amber's team is supposed to do the most damage. They're supposed to be in offense right now. They're supposed to be coming up with the haters. they're losing bad.
Yeah.
I mean, what is happening right now is the most, bro. I've never, even all the lawyers on stream, they're like, "Whoa, these lawyers are trash." But anyway, let me see what I can find you, Dean.
Me and Veronica was having a debate about that earlier.
What was
about
the debate
her, about the psychology in general, and that how I do not believe that Amber Heard has a personality disorder.
Amber Heard lied. So what you're referring to, and this is what I think you're referring to, the psychologist basically has a list of questions where she
500.
gives you a range of where you're supposed to be at. What that psychologist noticed was that she was essentially, basically she was checking all of them, right? She was trying to give herself every single check that gave her anxiety or PTSD, which was one of the topics. The psychologist was saying that that's not possible, right? You cannot have all of them. You will have some of them, and some of them will rank from 5 on this one to 4 on this one to 10 on this one. It will change. You're not going to be a 10 on all of them. That's literally impossible.
Well, malingering is a term that most psychologists, we try to be careful of it because it indicates an intent for secondary gain. I prefer feigning, which you had brought up earlier, because it indicates that somebody is intentionally exaggerating, but I don't know necessarily why. I also looked at the test results that were provided by Dr. Hughes, and on an objective test of trauma, there is a scale specific to intentional exaggeration on that test.
Plus?
Was in the 98th profile, 98%.
So how do these tests objectively scale feigning, as an example? Right? Because I understand the metrics they have involved, but those metrics can't be 100% proof. So how can it be objective?
Objective, right? Did you say objective?
She said that she did say objective.
Question about
A second. I'm not sure how she got to that conclusion.
Well, that's something everyone that's looking at this channel can YouTube and Google and find out. Let's go. Let's continue.
So what you see when we're talking about the personality disorders is there is a very consistent pattern of the aggression, the violence, the irritability. First of all, it's escalated. But second of all, it occurs when there is either, for the borderline component, a threat of abandonment, a perceived slight, feeling like the person is about to leave you, about to walk away to get some space from an argument. It also occurs to a more mild extent, but when there's a loss of attention and a need to manipulate to try to get that attention back. But it's not, when somebody has PTSD, that irritability is sort of at a low constant level, or it's completely random. For instance, you might have a Vietnam vet who went straight to bars for a period to get into fights with the hope that he would kill somebody and just self-destruct.
Essentially, Johnny's team is trying to provide information. Amber one suffers from personality disorders. It shows to prove that that explains her switching her moods up, right? Explains to people why Amber Heard was basically taking a dump in the bed, explains why she had episodes, for example, when she was following Johnny, when he used to come and he used to hit her and kind of follow him around and knock on doors and follow him around. That's why Johnny Depp's team brought her over, right? So then from her perspective, they were trying to discredit her. So a lot of the only thing that Heard's defense was trying to do was basically like they were grasping at straws a lot of the time, right? So for example, I'm gonna show you this clip.
Okay. Dr. Curry, you're not board certified, correct? No, I'm not. Not in clinical psychology or in forensic psychology, correct? No, I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, but you're not board certified. No. Okay. And you also have only been practicing approximately 8 years. Is that correct? That's not correct. How many years? I've been licensed for 10 years and I've been practicing for about 15 years. Okay. Now, you went to Mr. Depp's home for dinner and drinks before you were hired as an expert in this case, correct?
Okay, so
that's not quite.
They were basically trying to discredit her by saying that she was only doing this for 8 years and that she didn't have the proper.
That's what you're supposed to do when you're a lawyer.
Yeah, but I'm
discredit the witness.
Yes, but I'm explaining why she was doing it. So that's what they were doing, and the strategy was saying that she went to Johnny Depp's apartment or home to have dinner. So they were basically trying to say that she was bought and she couldn't be trusted. So that was one. So that's why they had her there.
Couch. You give me one couch. I gave you 3 other couches. 2 couches. Come on, please. Please give me couch. Couch. I want couch. I want couch.
Fuck this couch.
Please, though. You
There's
agree
gotta be
to
three.
Stop it.
He's probably gonna answer that.
Yes. Everything you've said has been nasty and provoking and mean-spirited. No, I'm not saying that. You asked me yours. By the way, you just threw a fucking cigarette on me.
That's important.
Mr. Depp, do you recognize what's in that recording?
Do I recognize what's in the recording?
Yes.
Typically, she's ordering me to the couch. And I didn't want to go through with any, again, avoiding confrontation, trying to avoid confrontation in any way.
So it's a dog command.
I
Not
could
worth it.
certainly say that
Sam?
without
Is that
hesitation,
worth it, Sam?
there is no
What?
way
Is that worth it?
under the sun that I would fully.
I'm asking you right now. Do you think it's this beautiful, smooth cat worth it? Smooth skin,
I don't know.
it's nice fit.
It's not worth it for me, but
Right.
people are different.
Under the sun that I would flick a cigarette at her, or burn her with a cigarette. If I flicked ashes and ash, she's certainly not screaming out in pain. Is it?
Okay, so basically they have a code word called couch, right? So meaning that if we're having an argument, I would say couch and we'll go to the couch and sit down, right? Then she threw like a word in there like, oh, you threw a cigarette at me or you burned a cigarette on me. And her defense was basically trying to say that Johnny grabbed the cigarette and put it out on her hands, right? So so this is the thing about Johnny, and this is what messes him up about the trial a lot, was that he speaks in exaggerations or hyperbole a lot, right? So like he can't just say it's a beautiful day outside. He will say the sun is shining on my arm and the heat of the sun gives me energy to wake up. So like he's really, like he exaggerates a lot. That is okay if you're giving a compliment to someone, but it messes you up when you're angry at somebody. Because there was a point in the trial where he was really angry at her and he was calling her, the C word, and he was saying like, I wish she would, die, and I'm gonna throw her in the back of a Toyota Corolla and stuff like that, like really exaggerated stuff, and that messes him up a lot. So, I mean, so far, what do you think? Like, what is your opinion of the trial? Well, look for some other stuff. Like, I know you only said
so far. I mean, I've seen other things. So far, what I think is that. Listen, man, I want to approach this carefully because any statement I say towards or against Amber or against or towards Johnny, it's not going to look good regardless, because it's like on one hand, it's like domestic violence is a serious thing that people should take seriously. And, if a woman is saying something about it, I think for the most part, everyone should take it seriously. But on the other hand, I think that it's clear that she's either exaggerating or lying. And I don't say that lightly, because I understand what kind of statement that, like, what kind of backlash that brings to especially a YouTube channel that's trying to grow.
Yeah, she was lying. Continue. I know you're trying to sugarcoat stuff, but so far in all the hours that I have seen, there has not been presented a single ounce of evidence that would indicate that he hit her in any way. So you can, I get it. I know you haven't seen it, so you're trying to play safe, but I'm letting you know from what I have seen as of April 4th, April 26th, that there has not been a single shred of evidence that shows that he hit her. As a matter of fact, shows evidence of him hitting him, of her hitting him and telling him, who would believe you? Go ahead, Johnny Depp, who will believe you? Tell the world that you are.
I want that clip. I want to see that clip. I want that clip to be the last thing that we see.
Let me see.
I want that clip.
Find it. But yeah, listen, I've seen there has not been a single ounce of evidence that he hit her. There's evidence that she threw a bottle at him. There's been there was the butler that they had in Australia that testified against her and basically said that he saw
no damage on her.
Not only that she didn't see any damage on her, but every single time there was a fight, he will notice that Johnny will run away and she will run away after him constantly. So far the defense has the defense that her has is horrible. They have nothing. They're just grasping at straws, reading text messages over and over again that don't lead anywhere, a bunch of questions that don't lead anywhere, This is the part where it's supposed to be doing damage and they're playing defense.
Yeah.
And Heard is next. Cross-examination for Heard is next.
Oh,
And
that's tomorrow?
I don't think it's tomorrow, but I think it's maybe the day after. But then it's her. So this is them attacking, and so far they're failing. Public opinion is completely against her. They found, as a matter of fact, they went so far that they grabbed articles trying to say that Johnny was late for work at the Pirates of the Caribbean, and that was the reason that he was fired because his career was already declining. But while they're presenting all of these articles, they also presented articles of Disney basically kicking out Johnny. That their idea, they were trying to present it as he was already in a decline. The way it came out was because of what she did, he was kicked out. So the defense has been horrible.
Yeah.
The guy can't even ask questions. That's how bad it is. Let me see if I can find the.
I heard him. What's it called? He objected to his own question.
Yeah.
He asked one of the witnesses a question, and then the witness answered, and the prosecutor was like, "Objection, hearsay." Like, wow.
Here it is.
And it's crazy because Johnny's defense can just let the witnesses talk and have them worry about nothing. I've rarely heard an objection from them.
No, they have nothing. They're literally just playing catch up. So this from Branch. Shout out Branch. Small YouTuber to small YouTuber. Love you.
My credit is my credibility. You know what?
And why did you put that out there?
I did not. You don't force me. Your team forced me to by going
I didn't force you to.
So she's basically referring that
You can hear the whole thing.
I already heard it in the trial, so I already know what she said.
Okay, we're good.
I want to continue.
Continue. Yeah, continue.
I did not put this anywhere. I didn't. Let me talk to the fucking team. Io called the cops. You told Io to call the cops. You told Io to call the cops.
Is it worth it, guys? Look at the horseless skin.
Yeah.
That's a white woman.
I didn't even think I was going to lose my life, and I thought you would do it on accident. And I told you that. I said, oh my God, I fucked the first time.
Okay, real quick, stop. That's important. She said she just admitted.
I thought you would have hurt me or kill me by accident.
Yes. So basically saying he never touched me. That's what I got of it. And the only reason she did it was because
fucking finger.
No. That's not. You can't get that from there. I feel like it's more reasonable to say that if it's more reasonable to say that she thought that he was incapable of intentionally killing her, but she used by accident. But I think that goes back to manipulation. And here's the issue with that: is that every kind of argument I've seen Amber kind of build is it's pushing Johnny towards certain actions, right? So when she says to me, when she says, "I thought you would accidentally kill me," it's not to say that Johnny is capable of killing her. What she's pointing towards is that you made me scared so much. Please stop making me scared so much. Please stop making me scared. Please go back to normal. That's really what it sounds like to me. It's, hey, I was so scared of you at this moment. Can you not be scared anymore? I think that's what she's trying to push his actions towards.
No, to me, it's that she clearly manipulated him a bunch of times because there was a recording where she was blocking him from exiting a room and she was annoying the hell out of him over and over again. Eventually, Johnny ended up moving her. Remember that story you told last time where you grabbed the girl and you moved her to the side? Johnny ended up doing the same thing. And then Amber's defense was saying, well, see, Your Honor, he touched her.
I allegedly moved over.
Allegedly, yeah, you can get trapped for that one, apparently. But either way, let me just finish the clip.
My memory's not clear. I got to take that personality test.
Ah, shit. You don't play with that woman. I would have messed with the other white woman. She was psychoanalyzed the shit out of you.
I had a fucking mineral can of mineral spirits thrown in my nose.
He's drunk.
want, and I,
Yes.
it's a fair fight. It seems how many people believe or side with you.
It doesn't matter if it's fair fight. My ass would it.
Well, I didn't get the clip I wanted. I didn't hear
Yeah, she
the
already-
part I
she said
wanted.
it. She said it.
No, I wanted to hear the part where he says, where he responds like, yes, like, who's gonna believe that? And then he responds, yes, I'm a man and I can whatever. All right, so I'll say basically what happens at the end, right? So Amber makes a statement akin to, who would believe you? You're a man, I'm a woman, right?
Yeah.
And then the lawyer that Johnny Depp hired then asks Johnny, do you agree with the statement that do you believe that you can be a victim of abuse? He goes, yes, I, Johnny, am a victim of domestic violence. And I think that's a banger line. That's a banger line, and it's gonna reverberate, because whatever people are looking at this, I'm going all over the place. I mean, let myself down. Amber was very big in the Me Too movement, right?
Queen B.
Yeah. Now, with this happening, and it's a cascade of events. There's a lot of things happening at the exact same time. BLM buying the house. Amber Heard now being exposed for the person that she is. A lot of woke people, like Elon buying Twitter. A lot of things are happening at the same time. There's
getting spanked.
There's a big shifting happening, right? Now, the shift that's going to happen with this is that I imagine with the next administration that will be coming in, I know it sounds crazy to say it so early, but the next administration that will be coming in, and all the potentially new senators and that will be elected, laws will change, and there will be ways to battle this, right? And the craziness that people have dealt with for the last couple of years, there'll be a way for people to fight back.
Richards.
And
Hey,
Johnny Depp, all it did was cost Johnny Depp a couple $1 million for these things to happen. It cost Elon $44 billion. It cost us having a dementia president for things to change. But continue.
You're saying. That's what you're saying, man. But hey, look, the trial, from what I see, I think she's gonna get her ass spanked. Have you seen her face the whole time? Yo, I have
the only issue is the jury.
The jury, come on, bro. Get out of here. The jury's on his side. Bro, I've been watching the whole trial for the next 4 days. The whole thing. There's no way in hell the jury is on her side in any way. No evidence was presented by her side. They're playing just defense left and right, trying to exaggerate things just left and right. Right? It's like they were reading a text message without context. So like, let's just say that I say something mean to you. I go, "Oh, you're a cocksucker." Right? They will read it's like, "You said that he was a cocksucker. How bad it is." And you can be like, "Yeah, but that's what he says. He got that from Joey Diaz. He's one of his favorite comedians." That's not really an insult. But like every single text, they either exaggerate, pulling at straws. They have nothing. They literally have nothing. Even when I get out of this, I'm gonna find like a billion other things to talk about.
All right. But guys, if you enjoy this kind of content, we will be watching the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp
I'll be for sure
trials very closely. We'll be doing videos on them. I can't wait for the cross-examination. If it happens Thursday, then we will record Thursday after the cross-examination. We'll have it all. We'll have it out immediately. But yeah, we're at 67 subscribers. We're close. We're closing in on 75. Our goal was 100 by the end of the year. We're already at. We're almost at 70. Get 75 by the end of next month, maybe. We love you guys. Hope you guys enjoy. Like, subscribe, share. Peace out.